Hi everyone, it's Coach Leah Dunlap, and today is Wild Wisdom Wednesday. I hope that you are enjoying a warm boogie fall day wherever you are, and that you are either listening to this on the replay or joining me live. I welcome you to the call, and I'll give you a quick little intro as to what we do on Wild Wisdom Wednesday. We pick a book from my desktop, I grab a page from that book, and we read something that inspires us. Consider it like fortune telling with books, okay? So today, actually, I gotta admit it, I cheated a little because I grabbed the book first and I flipped to a page, and the book, let me fix it. There we go. Power Up. Power Up, The Law of Attraction is a book that I wrote several years ago. It happens to be one of my bestsellers on Amazon, and what it is it's a compilation of about 52 tips. So basically 52 little insights, inspirations that will take you through a whole year. If you just grab a spot, you can use it anytime. You can use it once a week, hence the 52. So today we're reading from page 68. Plan to succeed. He who every morning plans the transactions of the day and follows out that plan carries a thread that will guide him through the maze of the most busy life. But where no plan is laid, where the disposal of time is surrendered merely to the chance of incidents, chaos will soon reign. Victor Hugo. So that's a quote from Victor Hugo, and Victor Hugo, it says circa 1802 to 1885. What I can't help but appreciate today, as many of you may be getting ready for the holiday seasons and buttoning down for the end of the year if you're entrepreneurs and business owners, is that we can tend to get really focused on staying or keeping or managing the busy of life. And part of that is we get caught up in the swell of things to do. So this warning, over 100 years ago, from a man who is obviously no longer around, is still purposeful today. And I believe that one of the pieces of this that really stood out when I read that is that idea that we really do need to plan to succeed. And if we don't, we will plan to fail. It's like we're giving up our opportunity to be a part of the solution. And so I'd like to invite you to ponder, how often are you doing that? How often are you giving up your opportunity to be a part of the solution? And maybe not even just the solution, but a part of the vision, being a part of what it means, where you're going to go, what it is you want to have happen in the future. So I'm really excited, and actually I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add it in the links here. I'm going to do it right now as we're talking, because I'm excited to share with you guys a new, what will be an annual, right? My first annual Master Creators Power Planner Workshop. So it's funny that that's the page I opened to. I promise I did it regardless. But what I really think is important is oftentimes we think about planning and it can kind of feel very heavy, right? We can look at it and it feels like, oh, like either another thing to do when we're already kind of perhaps feeling overwhelmed. And yet, in reality, we have the power in planning that we wouldn't otherwise, right? So the key about looking at our planning could be, what an opportunity to actually choose what the year ahead is going to look like. And to me, that's what planning is all about. So like I said, I put in the link, if you're interested, to check it out, for the upcoming Master Creators Power Planner Workshop, which will be held here in Portland, Oregon. It's an all-day workshop. And what I really wanted to talk about in regards to planning and why this might be different and why I suggest doing planning differently is if you use it as a combination of visualization and gratitude, and you start with a purpose of like how you really want to see your year end rather than what you have to do, right? So what you get to do versus what you have to do. Think about that. Which of those feels heavier? What I get to do that I have to do, right? It's just even saying it feels heavier. So the reality of it is that you can take advantage of blocking some time to do planning, and then planning becomes something that is purposeful and can even be fun, can be a little bit of a vision quest, which is also something I'm getting ready to do next year, so I'm excited about that. So I know that I just went through my own planning, so I'm probably a little hyped up on the energy of looking at a year ahead and recognizing the value of knowing how my year is going to turn out. Maybe not specifically, and perhaps even better than I've planned, but at least I have some milestones that are coming up that I'm aware of, things to work towards, things that I can hold against opportunities, right? Think about that. When you put a plan in place, whether it's for a day or a month or a year, you are stating those things that you're claiming are important to you, and you're putting them on your plan. And in doing so, you're giving them not only honor, but you're giving them space. So when we give something space, we're giving it our energy. And when we're giving it our energy, we're also giving it that attraction, right? We're creating another level of attraction towards that thing. So we're giving it some substance in the world. So rather than just daydreaming or thinking or wishing or hoping, we're actually laying down a foundation that says, this is going to happen for me this way this year. And we're pointing ourselves in that direction. We're pointing our arrow towards our target. Now, it doesn't mean that you can't go on in your life without a plan. It doesn't even mean that your plan has to have specific parameters. It simply means, in the sense of this context, that having some structure to your day, to your month, to your year allows you to be in the flow of it and moving towards something, rather than perhaps being bombarded by so many opportunities that you have to constantly stop and weigh whether or not that thing that's coming up makes sense or fits or is in alignment with where you're going. So see, planning allows you to put all of that aside and simply then look at an opportunity as it comes up throughout the year and say, does this fit into my plan? Does it help me? Does it allow me to move forward? Is it something that's going to be an adjunct to what I already have planned? Does it perhaps even benefit the plan that I already have, right? Is there some added benefit to having it included in the things that I already have on my plate? Or is it better than something I have on my plate, right? Perhaps you thought you were going to do a workshop and someone comes up and says, I'd like you to do a retreat. Same information, perhaps same speech or talk, but perhaps the retreat's in, I don't know, someplace like Thailand. So the key is to say that you can look at the structure and hold it kind of loosely, but at least it gives you some barrier on the edge of your river, right? Some space to really see where you're going. I think that's the best way, in my experience, to really create a plan. So there's a little level of holding it loosely, and there's a little level of creating some framework, even if it's loose, that gives you some direction. So what about the power plan, the Power Planner day? Well, the day that we're going to take, what we're going to do is do a little bit of that work. We're going to look at kind of where you want to go. We're going to start with some visualizations, of course. We're going to look at actual tangible goals and work through a structure and a process to really create step-by-step achievable, actionable items to put on your list, to put in your plan for the next year, so that you know ahead of time not only where you're going, but what it's going to take to get there. And we're going to have fun. We're going to really open up to kind of being creative. We'll have lots of pens and glitter and stickers and lots of colorful things to add to your planner so that it feels more alive. Imagine if you took a planner and a vision board. What if we combined the two? That's kind of the concept for this event. So it is the Master Creators Power Planner event. It's happening on December 10th. Like I said, the details are in the link below. I welcome everyone that can sign up that is in the Portland metro general area or decides to come in for the day. We welcome you to come and play with us. See if you can change what you think of planning. See if you can create something new and exciting. And the good news is my intention is to hold this every year in December so that we can start the year fresh-minded, but also on purpose. All right, so as Hugo said, let's remove the chaos and instead bring in the creativity. All right, so let's avoid the chaos and instead bring back the creativity, the joy and the excitement of planning a year ahead by looking at the things that you do want to have in your life and creating space for them. All right, that's it for me today. Thanks for joining me for Wild Wisdom Wednesday. I'll see you next week. Have a great one. And of course, as always, remember that you are here on purpose. Goodbye.